We get into the conversations for this Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for still being with us. If you've tuned in, this is Morning at NTV. I am Priscilla Regina Nelwoga. You can stream live on our X platform. You can find the link there, or you can go directly to our website, www.ntv.co.ug, and look at the fresh new look that we have on our website, but also be able to follow up on Morning at NTV. Our conversations are starting right now. We do have the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic that is happening this time around in Mukono, and we're going to have a better understanding of what its impact has been and where we stand as an agricultural country in protecting and ensuring that we harvest the gold in the seed. And the seed can be either animal or fisheries or any other form of agriculture that we're going to be discussing this morning. Now, the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic initiative has been a cornerstone in empowering farmers across the country, the north, the east, the west, the south, and the central, providing them with the tools and knowledge to improve their agricultural practices. This year's edition in particular in Mukono is going to be marking the 13th event under the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic banner and the 41st overall when it comes to the different small clinics that they have been doing in the different parts of the country. Now, the event does continue to empower platforms for farmers, agricultural experts, and industry leaders to come together, share insights, but more so explore cutting-edge agricultural technologies. And what better place, what better institute has positioned itself, if not NARO, which is the National Agricultural Research Organization that is in partnership with Seeds of Gold. Now, this morning we are being joined by Dr. Godfrey Seruwu, Director of Research at the Mukono Zonal Agriculture Research Institute, which is also known as Muzadi. Doctor,
yes.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I've always heard about this Mukono Research Institute, and now I'm having you in flesh, meaning that hopefully I'm also going to be there physically for this farm clinic. But good morning to you.
Morning, and good morning, our viewers.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So let's start off by having a better understanding, first of all, of the Research Institute in Mukono.
Yeah, Mukono Zonal Agriculture Research and Development Institute is one of the 16 institutes under NARO, and one of the 16 institutes, 9 are zonal, meaning they operate within zones of the country, and the other 7 national, and they have a national mandate. But from Mukono Zonal Agricultural Research and Development Institute, we operate within the larger part of central Uganda, covering a total of 22 districts, and we do all our work across the different districts. What we do, we mainly do adaptive and applied research, such that we get technologies from the national institutes and adapt them to our zone, and then disseminate them to the farmers. We handle a large number of commodities. Whatever NARO handles, Muzadi or Mukono Zonal Agricultural Research and Development Institute handles, because we are zonal. So among the commodities that we handle, coffee, that's one of the flagships, bananas, maize, sweet potato, cassava, that is on the crops. Then we have other crops like cocoa, so many other crops there. I mean, I can't finish them.
You have mentioned cocoa, and I was telling Chris here that I was watching the game, the Uganda Cranes game with my dad yesterday, and say, so we're going to be, they have a farm, so he was talking about he was going to venture into cocoa. I told him, I think you need to go for this Seeds of Gold clinic, I
invite him for the clinic, and he'll love to learn a lot during that day. Then on the livestock side, we also look at piggery, poultry, and then the different aspects of cattle and beef. Then we also have other aspects like aquaculture. That is, for example, Mukono, that's one of our flagships as well. And aquaculture, we are mainly producing seed. So the farmers will come for the clinic they should come with some money to buy some fish seed, high quality fish seed. Then we also deal in local poultry. We have the National Breeding Center for Local Poultry. That is what we call the narrow chicken at Mukono Zadi. So the farmers should come to learn more about the management of local chicken. We call them indigenous chicken really because they are selected from among the best strains of chicken within the country. And the difference with the other local chicken is they are early maturing and they come into egg production earlier than the local chicken. So we have tried to improve some aspects of the local chicken to be able to produce the narrow chicken.
Okay. All right. Now, Narrow has been a crucial partner of Seeds of Gold Farm clinics over the years, and I know that they have actually registered a tremendous success in achieving their mandate. Talk to us about some of those success stories.
Yeah, so Narrow, our mandate is to coordinate agricultural research, and we have had so many problems along the way, over the years, that Narrow has come in to solve. One, the cassava brown streak disease. It devastated the cassava industry from around 2006, and it was Narrow that developed the cassava brown streak tolerant varieties, and at the moment our best is the Narrow Cas 1. Then we have also handled issues to do with the coffee. We had serious issues with coffee wilt disease from the early 90s until we bred varieties that are tolerant and that are resistant to coffee wilt disease. If you hear of the KR lines, those are products of Narrow which are resistant to coffee wilt disease, and at the moment we have 10 of those lines. So as the farmers come, they can come along with some money to buy some of the coffee seedlings, the coffee wilt resistant lines. Then the bananas, we have done a lot of work in developing management techniques, culture management techniques for the banana bacterial wilt. It at some point almost wiped out the banana industry in the country, but because of the efforts by Narrow scientists, we can say that disease is very well contained.
Okay.
In addition, at the moment, Narrow is also handling other things to do with livestock. The tick vaccine is being developed. Then the foot and mouth disease vaccines, but tick vaccine is at a higher, a more advanced stage. So there is a lot to see in Narrow. Fish, we produce a lot of seed, we produce a lot of materials for people to read, and we do put up demonstrations for the farmers to come and see. So in some cases, it's seeing is believing. So let them.
That's very true.
Come
so, seeing is believing. What should participants for the Mukono edition expect to see at Muzadi?
First, on arrival, they are going to receive VIP treatment.
Okay.
We are ready to receive them in the best way possible. After that, they are going to interact with the different scientists and technicians on the different commodities. And we have partnered with some other organizations or companies to bring in soil testing facilities. For example, soil testing is one of the major problems. People don't have access to the service.
People just go buy seed and then they plant in any soil.
So for this particular farm clinic, we have partnered with the Holland Green Tech, and they are bringing in soil scanners. If you come with your soil sample, it can be scanned and you go away with the results on that day. So let them come knowing that service is available. We have a lot of seed maize seed and seed for other commodities on that day. Then we have
Will it be at a
seedlings.
discounted cost?
It will be discounted.
Okay.
Then we have seedlings for fruit trees, agroforestry trees, and then seeds for vegetables. Then they will have access to the reading materials, the information materials, and that day everyone will go home with something in form of reading material and information material for a particular commodity of his interest.
Okay. Now let's focus on the agricultural enterprises that you're going to be looking at. What's going to be the main focus for Muzadi's clinic?
Yeah, for Muzadi's clinic, we have 6 commodities that we are focusing on for this particular event. The first is coffee, then we have bananas, then we have maize. On the livestock side, we have piggery, local poultry, and the aquaculture. So those are the 6 commodities. Now, when the farmers come in, they meet different technical people to take them through each of those commodities. Right from, if you were interested in coffee, we shall take you through right from how to select the seedlings, where to get the seedlings from, how to prepare the field, how to dig the holes, how to plant, and how to manage the field, then how to harvest and post-harvest handling. So for the crops, we shall take you through all that, and then on the livestock side, we shall take you through acquiring the seed. For example, fish seed, we have a lot of it. Once you acquire it, how do you manage your ponds, and up to how do you feed your fish? The same applies to the piggery. Getting the right piglets, managing them, how to manage the common diseases like the swine fever. And then on poultry, the same thing will be to do with sourcing the chicks and managing them in terms of feeding and disease, housing, and then how to market them.
Yeah. Dr. Seru, now, of course, those are already existing predominantly in the different markets, but I know that there's also emerging commodities that you would also want to interest Ugandans in. Which ones are those?
Yeah, now, there are several. For example, our zone is located within the urban. Most of our areas are urbanized, and we want farmers, even in the urban setting, to be able to produce. So we have what we call the small gardening technologies. For those who don't have a lot of land but would like to engage in farming, you can have your veranda, you get your buckets or sacks, and you produce your vegetables from there. So that urban farming is going to be one of the things they will have hands-on experience. We shall take them through, those who will be interested in that. Then soil testing is a very, very important aspect that many farmers normally neglect. But without proper soil testing and knowing which nutrients you should add to the soil, then you are likely to not to realize. Then all the different types of seed should be there. Then of late we have been talking about, or people have been hearing about aflatoxin. We shall have training on aflatoxin, how to use the aflasafe to be able to reduce the problem of aflatoxin within the maize.
Okay. All right. Let's also talk about emerging technologies, because I know that technology has revolutionized agriculture on a large scale. So what are some of those cutting-edge tools and practices that farmers should look forward to learning and seeing at the farm clinic?
So first, one of the cutting-edge technologies would be the aflasafe. The improved technologies and improved varieties for each of those commodities. For example, maize, we now have the provitamin A maize. I hope you've heard about it before. Provitamin A maize is what we call the orange maize, and it is one of those varieties that people eat, and it enhances. The provitamin A is converted into vitamin A, which improves sight among children. So that is one of the things they can see.
Also, that maize can then be converted into byproducts and porridge,
porridge,
and it's healthier.
People prefer to eat it as porridge, and it is very healthy. So those are some of the emerging technologies that we are going to see. Then we have also new banana varieties, varieties that are tolerant to banana weevils, and that are tolerant to drought. When there is some bit of environmental stress, they will still perform to the expectations. So those are some of the things now we want to teach the farmers. Then within the fish, the aquaculture, they are going to be taken through what we call the sex-reversed male tilapia. Here, what we want to do is, we have a technology that reverses the sex of the fish when they are still young, so that in a pond, you don't want to put in mixed sexes. You want, if you put in 10,000, they remain 10,000, and then you feed them depending on the number. So if you have a mixed pond, they will continue breeding and producing. So the rate of growth will be reduced, and the feed may not be enough. But once you have the sex reversed, it means you are going to only have the male fish in the pond. They concentrate on feeding. Instead of spending maybe 9 months in the pond, you may even be able to harvest at 8 months or less. So those are some of the things we want them to come and learn, that you can have an all-male fish in your pond.
Okay, that's very exciting, things that you're doing at Muzadi. The bigger question is, how do all these emerging technologies, all these innovations fit into the larger agriculture transformation in Uganda?
Now, we have, as in Muzadi, we have 3 programs. The first program is Crop and Natural Resources Research Program, which is basically responsible for developing crop and natural resources technologies. We have the Livestock and Aquaculture Program, which deals with the development of technologies. Now, then the third, we have the Technology Promotion and Outreach. That is now the program that really makes sure that whatever we produce fits within the tastes of the communities, and even that they make sure the technologies reach out to the different communities. How do they do it? It can be through exhibitions like the one we are going to have. It can be through setting up demonstrations, and even doing market studies to find out which commodities are needed on the market. What traits do the consumers really prefer? So that during our selection and all the work we do, we address some of those constraints. So all the technologies that we have developed fit very well into the agricultural transformation, and of course assisted by our technology promotion program.
Okay. Dr. Seru, as we're closing this conversation, what's your call to action to people when it comes to the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic that you'll be hosting at the Institute, and which targeted groups of people are you looking at, individuals as well as entities?
Yes. First, I call upon all Ugandans, not only those in our zone. Either you come from northern Uganda, please come and attend. We have relevant technologies, and beg your pardon?
A call to action, letting people know why they must come for the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic.
This is an opportunity for the farmers to interact with the researchers. Now, if you have a soil sample, please come with it. If you have a plant disease, a diseased plant, please come with it for identification. We shall have all the expertise to be able to guide you on how to manage all your problems, all your farm problems. So please come and join us on 23rd and 24th. Unlike the previous time, this farm clinic is going to be held over 2 days. That is on Saturday 23rd and Sunday 24th. Please be there on time. We shall be starting at 7 to 5. And thanks to Nation Media, we will even provide you with lunch. So come ready to spend the whole day and to learn as much as you can.
Okay. As a lead in research at the Institute, I would like you to encourage people to understand why it's important that they have research considerations while they're stepping into agricultural elements and commodities.
Yeah, we normally have the old technologies which become sort of obsolete at some point. Yeah, now with the research, we churn in new technologies almost every year or every season. So farmers, don't stick to your old technologies. Please come and access or come and access the technologies, that the latest technologies can be varieties, management practices, or seedlings, planting materials. So what we have are the latest. What you may have are the old types, so this will give you the opportunity to access the latest narrow technologies.
Okay, and finally, you've also interested someone into coming for the Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic. However, you mentioned about them carrying a soil sample. How do I carry a soil sample?
Yeah, now you have to pick the sample, maybe if you have an acre, from 4 different locations, mix it very well, and then come with about half a kilo of the soil. That is enough for us to do the soil test and give you instant results. If you have diseased plants that you don't understand, you don't know how to manage, come with them. We shall be able to guide you, identify the diseases, and guide you on how to manage. And sometimes that is one of the ways we use to get feedback. People may be having problems within their field and we are not aware, but if you make us aware of such technology, such problems, it's the beginning of us trying to do some research and get solutions for you.
All right, Dr. Seruwu Godfrey, looking forward to seeing you in person at Muzadi, that is the Research Institute in Mukono. Seeds of Gold Farm Clinic that is coming up on the 23rd to the 24th of August this month. Come learn, come grow, come and boost your own farm. It's a free entry. Lunch is on the house, as they've told us, and of course the enterprises that they're going to be focusing on. One is coffee, which has become a center cash crop for Ugandans, fish, maize, banana, piggery, and also poultry. And so for more details, you can turn to your social media platforms of Daily Monitor, and you can get to understand how you can directly participate. But make sure that you are in Mukono 7 a.m. in the morning on the 23rd of August 2025. That brings us to the end of this discussion. We do come back with a look at citizen participation, especially when it comes to budgeting priorities and implementation. Where do we stand as a country? What's our assessment? What's our accountability? And what are the way forwards? Do stay with us.